and welcome to another episode of the Roundabout Podcast. This is episode 23. I am your freshly bald host, Austin Sudduth, and with me I have the unwaxed Michael Levine, the man with the iron back, Shane Nicewonger, and the glizzy gobbler himself, Hunter Brittle. How are you gentlemen doing?
Excellent.
Was doing great until I was very curious as to what my intro was going to be, but now I'm just terrified.
Well, you are the definitive glizzy champion of Roundabout.
It's true, I am. I thought it was going to be a play on the fact that I didn't reclaim my crown.
That's good because it isn't paintball.
No. I mean, it's, look, we all recognize that paintball is a difficult thing, and I'm not going to give you a hard time about it. You took 30.
Right.
That's still more than Tyler. So, you did fine.
More than Dano's 1.
It is more than Dano's 1.
It
Or
hurt,
Red's
man.
3.
Those guys only took 1 and 3, and they had to get drunk for it.
Yes. Yeah, that first year. Yes.
I thought Red only got hit twice.
Well, yeah, it was 3 shots and only 2 hits.
Right.
Admittedly, one of the hits was in a pretty sensitive area.
He did get the B-hole shot.
Yeah, that was the first ever B-hole shot, and then I did it to him again 5 years later.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
So yeah, I mean, I think you successfully attempted at taking the title, but I think Shane has the title secured now.
An effort was made. I will concede the crown.
And to be fair, you're still over 100 total shots.
I was about to say, total, all encompassing, you have the most, just not at one time.
Right. Cumulative.
Yeah.
I am the
For
all-time.
bad mid-stats.
I am the all-time paintball leader.
Well,
At least until Shane continues.
I say until Shane does it only one more time. That he takes it and runs with it, and someone's going to have to chase it, and it's not going to be Brittle. We know that.
Then I will tout my record for another year until it gets taken.
I don't know. I think Shane would have to do. I think 70 in one go to get to Brittle. I think.
Well, he's not too far off from that.
I'm going to say the mark isn't too far,
No.
but he's not actively competing with anybody anymore.
Yeah, I
Competing
need
with
to go back
myself.
and get. Yeah, he's just, he's going for the record. Yeah, I mean, I think I need to go back and find like an actual tally, but off the top of my head, we were. How many did we do the first year, Brittle? We did.
It was like 35.
Was it 50?
Was it 50 the first go?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I think
it
it was
wasn't.
50 the first
No.
go.
It was like 40 or something. It was not
Yeah.
50. The second year was 50.
Wait, that was your third time getting hit with paintballs?
No, your second year you did like 57.
Well, his mark was 50, and then he kept getting donations, which pushed it up to 57.
Yeah.
I thought it was 55 the second year. I don't know. I need to go back and watch him again.
No, because I know we added 5 that year. I'm pretty sure, and then I think the 2 extra was just like an extra. Let's hit him 2 more times.
Go back and check the tape.
Could be.
Yeah, we have VODs of this stuff.
Yeah, I'll have a count. We'll figure out what Shane needs to do next summer to take the all-time hits lead.
See, I was actually kind of happy. Not that I'm happy that Tyler's not here, but I was kind of happy that I didn't have to come up with a name for him. Because I had, like, after the ceiling fan hot dog bit, I immediately had that locked in for Brittle. I was like, all right, next time I'm announcing him, I've got that for him. And then I just knew Shane was going to be the paintball guy. So I was like, I have those. I could not think of a fun title for Tyler.
It would have been kind of funny if you just said, and also Tyler.
Right. Well, I mean, I've got him locked in with Baloney Boy, and I don't think I'll ever let him live that down.
Yeah.
So
I don't think that's one that you let go anytime soon.
no. So I'm kind of happy with this, how this arranged with my titling of people. Speaking of Extra Life, on my way home, it's a nice, chill 14-hour drive from Michael's house to mine, and I always enjoy that drive. It is a fun time for me, and I actually particularly enjoy doing it solo because it is a time for me to just like get thoughts out of my head. Kind of like that's like therapy for me. A 14-hour car ride by myself is like therapy.
You get to talk to the voices.
Yeah, I got to get the voices to calm down, kind of like tell them, hey, this is what we're doing, and I need you on board so we can continue with things. But one thing, since we have now revitalized this podcast, I found so many, and they just came to my head, just like talking points, like things that I'd be like, these would be funny bits, or these would be funny things for us to talk about on our podcast. Can anyone guess how many things I came up with from the drive from Michael's house to mine?
48.
I don't know, like at least 3.
Y'all are on two separate ends of the spectrum here.
I'll say 18.
Mike was close. It was 16. 16 different things that I noticed just driving that either doesn't make sense to me or that is just like an anomaly in the universe. And then just some little bits here and there that are just my own thoughts that I was like, I could talk about these here and there. My biggest one, and I need to find statistics about this. I am pretty sure lawyers own the billboard market because between North Carolina and Texas, I'm pretty sure 70% of all billboards were lawyers.
And I bet you could probably even narrow it down further, right? Because you're not, most of them aren't like divorce lawyers or your general criminal lawyers. It's specifically the like wrecks and injuries lawyers.
Yeah. And
yeah,
which is
you're on the road.
Horrible thing. Well, okay, yes. You would think that makes sense. You're on the road, you want to see that? If I'm on the road, what are the chances I'm going to wreck near one of those billboards that I can just look up and be like, that guy?
Higher than you'd think.
Well, that's why they put them. That's why they have so many of them. Is that if it does happen, I don't want to say when. Well,
yeah, it's statistically when it happens.
When it happens, they want you to look up and exactly that exact scenario. Look up. Oh, there's an injury lawyer that I need. That's why that would be why they're so they're so frequent.
Yeah, I mean it's why they all have catchy names and phone numbers that are like 2 numbers.
Yeah, it's always the area code of the area and then 9999999. Like, which
how much do you think they pay for that number as well? Because that can't be just, it's like a URL, right? Like they got to be paying thousands of dollars to get that number.
I don't know about thousands of dollars. It's what's the fee?
Oh, I bet.
What's the fee to transfer your number? Because when you switch phone carriers, you can keep your number, but isn't there a fee or something?
Yeah, but your phone number isn't catchy and memorable.
Yeah, well, yes. If going back to the URL analogy, if you go get a URL that isn't grabbed, that is also cheap. What's expensive is when you're trying to buy the URL you want off somebody who has it or has parked it. And like, I imagine the same thing happens with phone numbers that like they want 9999999. And so somebody out there has gone and parked it knowing that they'll pay a few grand to get that number transferred to them.
Yeah.
For example, I just searched for pizza.com and at the bottom they have a listing to inquire about the domain because they know people want pizza.com.
Yeah, I mean, imagine
I have a domain for sale. I haven't looked to see if anybody wants it yet.
Is it something someone would actually care about?
No.
Then yeah.
It's an old expired, like it was doing work for somebody and they didn't want it anymore.
Oh. Oh.
I refuse to believe that there can be a value associated with a phone number.
Think about it this way.
Then you're behind the times, old man.
That's not even, that's before his time. That's not even behind it. That's before his times because this has been a thing forever. I mean, you think about it. I mean, we've talked about websites. Websites is a common one. The more like popular people are, like people will park social media handles, and then if somebody wants it, if someone becomes that person, especially like in the gaming community, they'll have that handle. So it'd be like someone parking the Twitter handle like Ninja, and then Ninja wanting it, and it'd be like, well, you're gonna have to pay me money to get it. Like, it's not illegal to do. It's a little underhanded, but it's not illegal to do. But yeah, you do that with phone numbers. Phone numbers of, if someone owns a phone number, you can always say, hey, I want that phone number. And then someone goes, well, what's it worth to you? And so all the numbers that are like the ones that it's like 1-800 and they give like a tagline for the numbers as opposed to the actual numbers, they probably had to pay for that just because they want the association with their business.
All right. I want Shane to talk about the about the
Here, I
domain
can
he's looking
share
at.
my screen if you have the ability to record it. This is the most
Yeah, give me just
fake
one.
website I have ever seen. It is like somebody made a website just sitting here for somebody to come and buy.
Everybody loves
there
pizza,
are
though.
there are pizza news articles.
This
Here,
looks
I
like
gotta-
it was someone's class project from the late 90s, and they've just had it since.
Pizza
Just-
games.
They've just kept
Pizza
it.
games.
Well, yeah, and they're like, there's all kinds of flash pizza making.
Yeah,
We've all played them in the back of math class when you get to go to the computer lab.
absolutely.
All right. Have you all eaten pizza within the last month?
Yes.
I eat
Yes.
pizza
Okay.
tonight.
Oh, okay. Good.
It's 46 pieces a year. Should we have a count?
Oh, no.
I think I blow that out of the water.
Yeah, I probably do too.
I am actually probably around that number.
I would call that, I would call that
Think-
my average.
I would say that's pretty close to me, yeah.
I think that's low.
It was a lot. My average would be a lot higher when I was living in Orlando with Elliot, but
I mean,
Ow.
I eat pizza when I don't care to make food, and I make food all the time. So, like, that's my out for me not having to cook. And so, because I'm the cook of the family, like, it's just like, do I really want to eat pizza tonight, or do I just want to whip something up real quick? So,
well, pizza is peak food. You can get all of your major food groups on it. It's just a catch-all for everything. It's perfect. It fits into the food pyramid perfectly.
I feel like peak
I think
is
for
a little-
2026 we should. Yeah, peak is a questionable. I think for 2026 we should keep count of how many slices of pizza we have.
New Year's
Wait, like-
resolution.
For all of 2020, we have to keep a running count.
You want to
I
do
think
a
so,
running
yeah.
count?
Okay.
I think we need to
Starting-
know how many slices of pizza we eat in 1 year.
Am I going for the
Starting
record on
January
this,
1st.
or
He said
is
it
this
like
something
No,
where I
no,
get
no,
made
don't-
fun of?
don't- No, I mean don't like
Don't go out of my way
I don't
to-
think- Yeah, like don't try and skew your number. Like don't change your habits. Let's just keep count.
Okay.
Because I think I blow 46 out of the water.
Right, but that's on average. So you yourself are not going to hit 46, but one of us might average that out and have less than 46. So
Right.
Well, I think we need to know. I think we need to start January 1st. I'll start a channel in Discord.
Oh, God.
We'll each keep we'll keep a running note of how many slices we've had. We can give updates throughout the year.
Do you
Okay.
think we should, like, once we get our number, like, send it to these people and be like, hey, we did an independent study and the actual average is this, and see if they'll change it?
Do you think
Yeah,
that they'll
I would
accept
say
a sample
5 of
size of
us.
4? Yeah, 4 or 5.
6.
6? Sure.
else?
Do you think they'll accept a sample size of 4 or
We're gonna
6?
get Melinda on this.
Why not?
I mean, we could get the whole crew in potentially. Dano travels everywhere. How many pizza slices do you think he has?
Oh, I bet that boy puts down some pizza.
Do you think he
Oh,
would keep
used to, for
track?
sure. I don't know. We can ask.
Yeah, I've, like, no,
I think we can get
not
the whole
discrediting
crew in
Dano. I
this.
feel like he would eat a piece of pizza and then 3 weeks later be like, oh, yeah, I got to do that, and then still not do it.
I think we have to also assume a margin of error as well, because in a lot of people's cases, that's a food that you consume while consuming alcohol.
Okay,
I just need you to be
you're-
responsible.
you're calling yourself out there. Hold on.
I don't need alcohol to drink or eat pizza.
to drink pizza.
I
to
drink.
pizza.
I can drink a pizza too if you'd like.
Small
I'll put it in a
grammatical
blender.
error. Not the blender.
No, because I guess you just have to keep count of how many slices you put in the blender.
Yeah.
I mean, technically. But then what if you don't finish it? Like, how do you get the ratio there?
Also, what's determined as a slice? Because Domino's slice is different from Papa John's.
Ooh, he's got a point. And
Or
New
somebody's
York
homemade
versus like a
pizza.
Chicago.
Yeah, how do you measure a deep dish pizza
But
slice? 'Cause
here
they're
under
not
the-
slices.
Like, I feel like a New York style pizza is like 2 slices in and of itself of like a regular pizza.
right?
I
Yeah,
don't know,
but-
man. It doesn't differentiate. It's just slices.
Like,
I
if you
think
get a
just-
tombstone pizza, like, I could house that whole thing, no problem. If I don't cut it up, is that only 1 slice?
No. Well,
Ah? Uh-huh.
Slice is a relative term.
You get like a little Tostino's pizza that's for kids. You don't cut that. I mean, you might cut it in half just to make it easier to hold, but like, you house that whole thing. Is that 1 slice or 2 or 4? Like, how do you go by
I don't
slice
know.
here?
I do think there has to be a minimum size.
all right. Well, then maybe in our running count, you also have like number of pizzas ordered, but then that's hard because if you're sharing it with other people. You didn't eat the whole
Yeah,
pizza.
I could do that because I'm the only one who eats meat lovers pizzas in my house. So I literally eat the whole pizza is just mine.
Didn't realize you lived with communists.
I mean, I live with a wife who doesn't really like anything other than pizza or cheese, and a child who doesn't eat anything other than chicken. So, family life.
Yeah. I mean, we always have to get 3 individual pizzas between me, Heather, and Gray, so.
This here would count for one pizza. The largest pizza ever made was 122 feet, 8 inches in diameter. The pizza needed 9,920 pounds of flour, 198 pounds of salt, almost 4,000 pounds of cheese, and almost 2,000 pounds of tomato.
Oh, so your average Costco run.
So how many slices did they do?
It doesn't say. This website's not very descriptive. I mean, these are fun facts, not detailed facts.
Ugh. So that's the thing. Pizza's a hard one because I feel like different sizes. Because like if I have just like one New York style slice, like that's enough for me. But yet that's like 3 slices of a Domino's pizza. I feel like that's skewed.
I don't know. I think it's got to be I feel like it's got to be like a minimum of 6 inches long by at the widest point, 4 inches wide.
So personal pan pizzas are out.
I think you could I think you could
What
estimate
about a thin
it.
crust?
I think you could just say what do you mean? What about a thin crust?
That's thickness. That's not length or width.
I mean, every thin crust I get comes in a square.
Oh, mine don't.
Oh.
We're all circle here.
Yeah. So the thin crust I order all come in a square pizza and then they're squared off.
I mean, we could do it by surface area, but that's just going to be a lot of math.
That's an awful lot of math. I think that we can all just average out, and all pizza slices will average out to an average pizza slice.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
that's fine.
there's a spirit to this. Just try to work within the spirit of it.
We dug too far. We dug too deep. Not unlike the gnomes in the Mines of Moria.
Gnomes, they're dwarves, you dumbass.
I was going to say the dwarves.
Shit. I'm gonna get
claimed
called.
to be a Lord of the Rings fan.
I'm gonna get called out hard. I apologize to everyone.
Melinda's gonna be all over you.
Oh no.
Well, there was something that actually took place during Extra Life that I feel we need to talk about. And it is something that baffled me during Extra Life. Mike, I don't think was aware of this happening. I think he was dealing with technical issues that was plaguing our Extra Life time. But
we had so many.
we sure did. Actually, no, he was there. He was there now that I think about it, because it was part of the conversation. Shane, obviously, I think you were on your trip at this time. I'm going to ask you a question. This was around did you see the hot dog?
I did not.
Fan? Okay.
Was that after Grand Theft Auto?
Before, I think, wasn't it?
Okay, because I left at like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, we were kind of in and out on GTA, so
That's true.
it was. I mean, we did the hot dog fan before you played with us. We did GTA earlier, then hop back on with you. So, anyway, I'm going to ask you a question, and then I'm going to go into what happened at Extra Life. When you turn on a ceiling fan, what's the first setting it has?
Slow.
God, he broke it.
It's always
so
fast.
disappointing.
It's always fast.
Starts
No,
hot. So
the
we
remote
had this,
for my fan is slow, medium, fast. From
We're
left
talking
to
about the
right.
whole
Oh,
chain.
see, I see. He's
So he's
thinking
got
remote. You have
he
one
is-
with a chain.
You have a chain.
I do, but I don't use it.
Okay, well, you're
Go
a
use it right now.
horrible person.
Get up right
to-
now. Go use it.
I'd
How
have
are
to
you-
walk into the living room and away from my computer.
All right, look, just estimate. What do you think it is? The chain.
I think it's slow, but I'll double check. I think as I pull it, it gets quicker.
Yeah, go do that real quick, and because
All right.
I'm convinced that every chain pull it starts out like when the fan is not on and you pull that chain the first time, it's on the third highest speed, like the highest speed, and
The
then
highest.
it goes down.
Yes.
I'll say third highest would be the slowest.
All right, I'll be back. I'm gonna go find this out.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
be
a point.
listening, but I can't.
No, third highest.
Yeah, that's fine.
Third
That's fine.
highest speed would be fastest because highest
No.
speed.
The first highest speed is the fastest.
Ah,
The
shoot.
second highest is medium. The third highest is the slowest.
Ah, beans.
Brittle, this is a rough one for you, boy.
It's not going well.
Yeah, watch out for
Should we just
those
start over?
gnomes and third fastest speeds.
The gang bullies Brittle.
No, we're not bullying you, bud. You're bringing
we're
this on
calling you
yourself.
out on your stuff.
Still being bullied. Self-inflicted or
You're
not, it's still
bullying
bullying.
yourself. You are bullying yourself.
The nature of the circumstance does not differentiate or does differentiate from the reasoning behind it.
What?
I was waiting.
Everyone who's heard this has just had a stroke, including myself.
You delivered that with the confidence of a man who knew what he was talking about, but the delivery was that of
It's all
incoherent
confidence.
rambling.
It's all confidence. You can get away with so much stuff if you just have the confidence. Like
Not
next time-
around here, you can't.
Oh, sure you can.
Yeah, that don't work
Well,
around
not,
here.
no,
Or-
not around here. But like
We
next time
fact check.
next time you want to go into a restricted area, just go put on a high vis vest and maybe carry a ladder, and you can just walk right in anywhere.
I mean, that's true.
It's all confidence.
If I didn't have a family, I would 100% try this out, but I have a family, and jail does not seem great right now.
Well, I didn't say go do it on a military base. I just meant like the back of a grocery store.
No, you do it in a place that is specifically like a you're not supposed to be here kind of thing. Like, you
Yeah, like the
really
back
gotta
of a grocery
test
store.
it out. You can walk into a back of a grocery store in a t-shirt and they don't care.
He has a point.
Eventually, you will get asked to
Actually,
leave. Though.
I feel like if you wore a high-vis vest at a grocery store, that would call weird attention to you.
I disagree because there's still maintenance items that have to be taken care of in the back of a grocery store or in the front of a grocery store, but people are normally there. So customers aren't normally in the back of a grocery store.
I'm thinking like getting into like a concert or something. Like going through like the maintenance area for like a concert to like break in. That would be what I would do if I wasn't, sane.
Well, I'll be damned.
But what was it, bud?
It fast, medium, slow.
Yep.
Crazy.
So we had a kerfluffle at Extra Life, and it was something that blew my mind, and I want to do a study, but Shane is not going to be a part of this study because he clearly screwed the pooch on this one.
No, I figured it out.
No.
Should go slow, medium,
It's
fast.
not about if you actually know. It's what is your perceived idea. Because here's what happened. We were setting up the hot dog fan, and we were like, what setting do we put it on? And I was like, well, let's start off slow and work it up. And other people were, and I don't remember what woman said it, but one of the women in the room said, well, just click it once and see how it goes. And I was like, well, that would start it on the highest setting. And there was 3 women sitting at the table. All 3 of them said, fan start on low. All 3 men who were around the fan at the time, me, Brittle, and Michael, I don't think Tyler was there at the time. No, Tyler was there. So 4 men all said no, they all start on high. And it threw me because now we have this, why do all men, and I don't want to say no, because it's true. All fans start on high on the first pull chain. Unless you have a weird fan, the majority, the normal standard fan starts on high. And it threw me because I had this conversation with my wife, not like at some point this year, of how all fans start on high. We have lived in the same house for 5 years, and she, for some reason, still thought all fans start on low. And I was like, I've got to do a study why all men perceive it this way and all women perceive it this way. And Shane just destroyed this for me. Thanks, Shane.
Well,
But I even asked Melinda later. I was like, I'm curious. Did you hear about the fan thing? And she goes, no, what's the fan thing? And I go, what speed is the first pull chain on a fan? And I could see it in her brain. Now, she's worked construction for decades, so she knows. But she had a pause to where she almost said it starts off slow. And then I saw, she goes, wait a minute. It starts on high. And I was just like, there's something there. Like this, there is a I was going to say correlate. Is it correlation? Yeah, correlation. It's a correlation between for some reason, men think it start high and women think it start low. And it's been a certain way. Because even Melinda was like, yeah, that's a dumb choice. I bet a man made this decision to make it start that way. And I was just like, it threw me. Like, why is it that's just like, without hesitation, I was like, no, it starts high, medium, low. And they're like, no. And one of them got a little like, no, it starts on low. And I was like, okay. And then of course we turned the fan on and it starts on high. And hot dogs were almost hitting the ceiling because of inertia. But just
yeah, that was a miscalculation on my part. I was like, yeah, high's gonna work fine. It'll be fine. And then I kind of forgot. Yeah, inertia would drag them out.
Dad forgot about basic physics.
Right.
Look, man, I was tore up. It was running on obviously no sleep. I was in bad shape at that time. I was pissed off about the technical difficulties. My stomach was a problem. No sleep. I wasn't thinking at all. As you can tell, my voice is still wrecked because I was sick during it.
That's true. But I mean, it is just one of those things. Like, is there? Can you think of any reason why it would be that way?
Because women are more likely to go touch the thermostat than the fan.
You think that's it?
Wow. I mean, he does have a good point.
I mean, I actually see that because that's my wife. Like, even in the car, she is more like, oh, just turn it down to like 62. And like, I was like, why don't you just turn the speed up of the air? And no, I just gotta do this. I was like, okay.
I think that's what it is. I think that's
both
what it is.
Both groups are incorrect. You should have a remote that turns the light on and the fan.
Well, that's just
why don't you just connect it to Google and just have Google do it for you?
No, I don't want it that far, but I keep a little remote by my nightstand. It turns the light on. I can put the fan at a normal pace, medium, and I don't have to sit there for 4 minutes and pull a rope.
Okay, but even then, when you...
Wait, hold on. 4 minutes? Are you cranking your fan up every time?
It's like the lawnmower sometimes. You gotta pull it a lot, and then finally it starts.
Not the cold start fan.
Cold start ceiling fan.
It's like full starting a chainsaw.
Does it sound like it too?
It could.
Do you have to fill it up with gas occasionally?
You got to hit the primer. That's what it is. Make sure the fuel's on.
Hit the primer
I always a few times.
When I try to start my fan, I don't hit the little red button.
Yeah, you got to get some oil in those gears.
But no, the remote is very nice. I skip all the going through different settings. That was the problem when I walked out to the living room. I flipped the switch and the fan was already at a certain speed. So I had to cycle through until it stopped to figure out.
I was wondering what was taking so long.
And I didn't want to put my hand in front of it to just stop it, but it was taking a while. So I'm like, all right, I think I've got it on off.
I mean, those fans aren't going to like chop your hand off.
Right.
No, I know that, but
they'll hurt.
Not that bad.
Don't ask how I know, but they'll hurt.
What, do you have a metal bladed fan?
No, you never just stood on your bed as a kid and were stopping your fan and just stuck your hand up in there.
I still do it occasionally.
Exactly. Like
getting dressed for work, you go and put a shirt on.
Austin, you need to listen to the voices in your head a little lot more often.
No, I do it. I've done it before, and I can stop it at high.
And it hurts, don't it?
Yeah. Well, do you just shove your arm up there, or do you just try and slow it down?
I wouldn't say it hurt. It catches me off guard because I'm not expecting to do it.
What do you mean you're not expecting to do it? Does your hand just accidentally end up between the fan blades?
Yes, you didn't listen to my scenario. Occasionally getting dressed for work, if I stand in the right spot in my bedroom and I put my hand up, it hits the ceiling fan.
Okay, well, that's an
Shane
accident. I'm talking
6.5 foot ceilings.
Seriously, he's got the wingspan of a golden eagle. When you're intentionally stopping the fan, you know it's coming, you stick your hand up in there, it still hurts.
No, it doesn't hurt.
I mean, I don't try and full stop it. Like, I slow it down with my hand. So just on the curvature of the fan, I just hit that part. I don't stick my hand full stopping. I just get to slow down real quick.
Shane, I need you to go conduct another experiment.
All right.
Sounds like Shane does every morning because he's not a dwarf.
Not every morning.
or a gnome or whatever.
It's like twice
oh my
a year.
God. Go start your fan on the highest setting, which would be one pull chain, as we've already established.
No,
correctly.
I'm using the remote one for this.
Is that the first highest speed or the third highest speed?
It's the first highest speed.
No, on my remote, it's the one with 3 lines. Get it right.
and then turn it off, get it up to full speed, and then turn it off and go stick your hand in the fan.
Okay.
Get the 2-stroke oil. Get to revving.
See, I guess I'm just a poor because all of my fans don't have a remote. All of them have a chain.
You talked about like smart home integration and like ask Google to turn the fan on. If you say, okay, Google, turn on the fan, what's the speed that the fan's going to be on?
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is a good question because I've never had a fan that does that.
Right.
I do
Are there
have
Google accessible fans?
Of course there
I
are.
think so. Yes. Yeah.
Because if it's connected to the light that's in the fan, it's going to be, I would think it's connected to the fan.
Well, see, all of my
No,
lights
not
are
necessarily, 'cause,
individual connected.
Yeah, I have Philips Hue lights and I can control the lights with Hue, but I can't control the fan.
Right.
Are the lights in the
No,
fan?
it does not hurt.
I don't believe you.
This man also took 60 shots from a paintball to the back and barely
Yeah.
flinched.
He's an
It
outlier.
sounded like a video game character. Ooh, oh.
Right. Sounded like someone from, what's it, Banjo and Kazooie.
Yeah.
He's taking hit points in Minecraft. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Google
Yeah, I think I've only got
accessible fan.
I think I've only got one pull chain fan in my house.
Now, to be fair, I didn't like quickly stick my hand in between the fan blade. I slowly like just reached my fingers up there and let it hit my fingers, and it didn't hurt.
Now I will say I only have one pull chain fan in my house, and it is one I installed because the previous one only had 2 light bulbs and a remote. And so we wanted one that had 4 light bulbs so the room would be brighter. And so I bought one that had a pull chain on it.
The classic. Can't go wrong with it.
Yeah,
They don't make them like they used to.
exactly. No, the one upstairs is nice. All the other ones in the bedrooms are they're a pain. The remotes don't work half the time.
I don't know. The remote that I had in the office worked pretty good.
Fresh battery.
Well,
Batteries go out in those things in a hurry.
That's a battery problem.
Even if you're
that's
not
not a
using it.
hardware issue.
See, I've
Oh,
never
that's-
had the battery go out in mine.
I don't know. I've not changed the batteries in my fan upstairs in the 5 years we've been here.
Now that's impressive.
But it's a different type. Yeah, it's nice.
I can't find like a reasonably priced fan that has Google activation. All the ones that I find are like $700 and look like an Art Deco piece.
Yeah, there's not good because like I kind of wanted the same. I just wanted a fan, especially for upstairs, where the light was built in and Hue compatible and had a fan because I don't like how low this one hangs. Like I feel like it's in the way.
Yeah,
And
but
I
it's
can't-
great
like, I
for
can't
catching
find
hot
anything that
dogs.
works. No, the one in the office, not the one
Oh.
downstairs.
Gotcha. See, all
I mean, the one upstairs probably would work for catching hot dogs as well, but we would be dodging, we'd be stumbling over the chairs.
yeah, I mean, almost all of my lights in my house now are smart device enabled, except for the ones in the ceiling fans in my living room, only because we have like can lights in the ceiling, and so we have those, and we never actually. I don't remember the last time we turned the lights on for my ceiling fan. So we just have a switch that turns on the can lights, and we have a switch that turns on the ceiling fans, and that's it. But even still, like, I don't know. It was just such a weird moment that it was just like how divided the house was on what speed ceiling fans work. And
Yeah,
I just
it was a pretty
I
adamant-
really
there-
want to do a independent study of like, is it a male female thing? Because it was 100% males thought it one way, 100% females thought it the other way. And it wasn't that I was like, oh, the males are right. That didn't bother me. It was just that it was so just like, it's this and it's this. And I'm like, how is there no one that's, until I talked to Shane apparently, that thinks the other way?
It is an interesting question, right? I do agree that it's very interesting that it does seem to be predominantly one versus the other.
Lines up gender wise. I still maintain my position that it's because they'll mess with the thermostat before they mess with the fan.
Yeah, and see,
I think that's a solid theory.
I don't know. It's a good. I don't want to do that much of a study to figure the actual answer out, but I'm curious if there's any other things that are like that. That are just like, as I don't know, biology, I guess, deems it so that we think differently.
I think women are more likely to put more pillows on the bed.
I mean, yeah, but I've known a couple guys that.
Okay, well, there's always going to be outliers in a grand scale, but for the most part, women are going to have more pillows on their bed than men.
Yeah.
This is a good question. How many pillows do you use?
I use one. It's for my head.
I use two.
And
really, I think the only reason I use two really is because I used to use one and now it's flat. And instead of replacing it, I just got a second one. So it's back up to its original thickness.
I guess I technically used to. I have a knee pillow, but it's not like a big pillow. It's like one of those small little triangles. So I guess technically I used to.
Oh, see, I wasn't even thinking that. I just literally put two pillows on top of each other and that's where my head goes.
Yeah, no, I just use one for my head. I do have a knee pillow. My wife, however, has two king size pillows that kind of like get her into a space with a pillow on for her head and then a pillow between her legs. So she uses like 4 pillows. And then because our son has a fear of being alone for more than 10 seconds of his life, if he wakes up in the middle of the night, he immediately comes and runs in our bed. And so we now have a king size bed and I get maybe about 6 inches to myself.
Average couple sleeping arrangement.
Well, we got the king size bed so we could have more space. And now we have more space with the child.
Yeah, and now we are getting more space.
Yeah.
Nobody said
and now
who we was.
I am going and laying in our guest bed when that happens because that was our old queen size bed that I still love. So it's just like, all right, well, I know we have a comfortable bed somewhere that I can get space.
That one's worn into you.
It was the bed that me and Heather bought probably the first year of our marriage, and it's a purple 3, and that thing will last as long as I need it to. And especially now because it's in our guest bed. It's good.
I do like the purple mattress because, like, they're obviously very expensive, and that's why I didn't get it because of the price point. But I've only heard good things about them.
I would say the price point is absolutely worth it.
Yes.
We love our Purple. Not sponsored by Purple, by the way.
Sure wish we were because I could use a king size because we went with a Helix, and it's a good bed. I mean, I'm not upset about our new bed. But I really wish we could have gotten a purple king size bed, but they just were too expensive. And I got a queen size that I go lay down on anyways. So
yeah, I would swear by our purple mattress, and it's 6 years old now, and it's still like one of the most. It ruined me for traveling. Actually, I used to, other than when I was drinking a lot, I used to not really have a problem sleeping in hotels and stuff. Like I could just sleep anywhere. And then, we got the purple mattress and suddenly like other beds just kind of suck.
Yeah, I think I was that same way. Like I would be like, all right, I don't really care. A bed's a bed. And then I got the purple and I was like, well, I miss my purple when I was out of town.
Michael only stays in Best Westerns because they have the best mattresses.
No, I typically stay in Holiday Inn Express actually.
That's fair. Those are good. That's a good quality hotel.
Yeah, it's you pretty well know what you're getting at each one. It's pretty consistent.
I prefer the Hilton DoubleTrees because of the cookies. It's not even a mattress thing. It's just
cookies. That's quality. We had a hotel deal one time out in Phoenix with a Hilton DoubleTree property, and they had like whole gift bags in every room for each person. It was awesome.
I still will stand by that my favorite hotel is Embassy Suites in Dallas because I forget which one it is. They would just have a full omelet bar.
Okay, well, that's the Embassy Suites. Yeah,
Embassies
we're talking about.
Yeah,
they're not everywmer.
I'm just saying.
We're talking about the everyman hotel.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it's not that expensive a hotel.
They're fairly expensive.
I've never stayed in one.
I have, but only on somebody else's dime.
That is technically true. I never paid for it. My parents always paid for it.
It's been a while since I've been in a hotel. I don't have a preference. I do have, I guess, not for the stay or just because of the stories I can tell. There's a hotel nearby to Michael. I believe it was a Red Roof Inn. I have some good stories from there. But
Red Roof's Inn, that's a dangerous stay.
Yeah, and the one in Sugar Creek.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's even worse. That's a bad boy. That's a bad area of town, dude.
Yeah, I got picked up in a Porsche in front of the Red Roof Inn.
Jeez. Talk about marking yourself as a target right away.
Right. Like a time me and my dad and my cousin stayed in a econo lodge, and my cousin goes, "Hey, just so you know, I've got my pistol under my pillow. If you hear that door break down and you can get to it before me, please do."
Truly the last bastions of civilization, Econo Lodge and Red Roof Inns.
Yeah, I mean, you need a place to stay. They're on the list technically.
The hotel equivalent of a truck stop.
Yeah. I remember we stayed at a place in Talladega. It wasn't a chain. And I don't even remember the name of it anymore. It was, I had just taken over travel for the race team. And my granddad was like, "Oh, yeah, you got to stay at this place in Talladega. It's great." It was actually in Oxford. And he's like, "Yeah, we should stay at this place." And I'm like, "Okay." Like, boss says that's where we need to stay. I'll book us there. We got there, and like, you start getting reports filtering in from all the rooms. Towels are see-through, and the sheets are, kind of gross looking. And then you get the report from, I don't remember whose room it was, that there was blood splatter on the sheets.
Oh no.
Yeah. And then the vice president of the team found a cracked torch under his pillow. That was good. And but races in town, there's no moving. There's no other places. So we stayed there. It was we made the best of it. Basically, we had a cookout one night because nobody wanted to be in their room. So they had like this common green space with a grill. So we all sat out there with, like, we went down to the Walmart, bought cornhole boards, and got a bunch of food and had a cookout. And it was an interesting hotel, but it started a good tradition. Every month we would have a cookout at a hotel on the road. But yeah, that was a rough one. That was a poor one.
That's wild.
Michael, what's the craziest thing you bought on the company dime?
That you can say
that you can
out loud.
Yeah, that you can say on the podcast.
That you can admit
to. Man, I don't know. I don't think we didn't really ever get things that were that crazy, right? I mean, we got party supplies and stuff like that. And like I said, there for a couple of years, we were doing a lot of like cookouts around, like at our hotels. Like I would specifically try and pick a hotel about every month or two that we would, like, the company would just buy a bunch of food and beer and stuff, and we'd all grill out as a team at the hotel and hang out. And we started carrying a bunch of cornhole boards and wiffle ball bats, stuff like that, just stuff to kind of play around while we grilled out. Yeah, I don't think we did anything super crazy though.
Okay, because as someone who has not really grown up with the not that I'm saying I'm not as familiar with having access to the company credit card or anything, but I went on a trip recently for work. I had to go pick up a side by side up in Georgia, so it was an overnight thing. It was like a 6-hour drive. So the company paid for my room. They got me a room and then said, do what you want for dinner and just keep the receipt, and we'll pay you back. And I was like, oh really? And the next words out of their mouth was no alcohol. If you're gonna get alcohol, it's on you. I was like, okay, fine. But I got to check off a bucket list item on this trip just because I went to a Texas Roadhouse, and I had the green light from the company. I wasn't ordering by what my stomach wanted. I was ordering by price. I just pointed to the most expensive thing on the menu and said that, and it felt so good to actually do that. And I ate myself sick at that Texas Roadhouse and felt
I'll say, was the food actually good?
Yeah, it was good. Like, I enjoyed it. I just ate so freaking fast.
I love that you have the company card and you went to Texas.
That was my next thing.
That was the nearest restaurant to the hotel. I was hauling a 25-foot flatbed on the back, and I really didn't want to just unhook that behind a hotel and then go somewhere. So Texas Roadhouse was the best place that was nearby. I walked a half a mile to this Texas Roadhouse just so I wouldn't have to drive with the trailer in the back.
I expected you to say McDonald's.
Yeah, I mean, we did some of that when we were talking with sponsors or going out to a sponsor dinner or something like that. Yeah, there were times we would just put down the company card at a pretty nice restaurant. But that's just par for the course. I don't think that was anything special. It wasn't anything wild.
Business relationships, they're expensive. There was, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Oh, this one. Because I felt like this really shined after Extra Life, and it was actually the first note that I wrote down in my car driving home, and it was the thought that if I were to die and request a Viking funeral, I don't think any of us could perform that.
You mean like build a pyre, soak it in oil, and shoot a flaming arrow into it?
I don't think any of y'all, including myself, could shoot a flaming arrow into a boat that is adrift.
My friend, it might not be on the first try, but I could guarantee I could hit it within 10 arrows.
Yeah, the thing is progressively getting harder. That's the thing about a Viking funeral. As that thing is going down, it doesn't get easier.
Well, no, you're not necessarily always putting them on a river.
Where are you putting it?
It's just on a body of water. It doesn't have to be specifically in a river. I'm putting you in Lake Tyler.
Oh, then it's not going anywhere. It's just going to be on the shore the whole time.
Well, I mean, I'll give you
At that point, you can just light it with a lighter and just watch it burn right there.
No, I'll give you a shove out. I'll get you out about 40 feet. But I bet I could hit it in 10 arrows.
You think?
I used to be very good with a bow and arrow.
How long ago? Because I used to be too, but I haven't used that skill in 20 years.
When was the last time I shot my dad's bow? I don't know. Mid-20 teens. I don't remember specifically when. But yeah, my dad's a big bow hunter. He's got a bow. Probably shot it, I don't know, 2016, 2017, something like that.
If shooting a bow's like ice skating, you might want to start practicing.
Nah, I feel pretty confident I could do it. I've got confidence here.
I mean,
all right.
In my head, I think I could do it too, but
I think I have our next challenge for Extra Life. Bringing in Extra Life 11 for us is see if he can actually hit a target just in his backyard. No practice. No practice.
A target just in my backyard? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's boring.
Hey, if I miss, my wife's gonna murder me because
right.
Apparently the paintballs were punching through the fence.
You got fear on your side on this one.
No, I could hit the target within 10
practice.
arrows. I could hit the target. No practice.
Okay, within 10, yeah.
It's
I
not
could see
that
within 10.
hard.
It's not that hard. I used to shoot competitively
how
as a
accurate
kid.
do you have to be?
The problem is my wife's gonna be mad because I will miss the first one. I guarantee I'll miss the first one, and it's gonna punch through the fence, and my wife's gonna be pissed.
What do you mean you used to shoot competitively?
There were competitions.
Yeah, you're just now speaking. You're just now speaking up about this. You let me go on for 5 minutes about how I could do it in 10 minutes, and you sitting here sitting on the fact that you used to do it competitively.
You felt passionately about it. I wasn't going to trample on your parade.
Is this your first time being on this podcast?
No,
it's his first time in a month.
This is the first time in a month.
He's been astral projecting.
Listen, man, astral projection takes a lot of energy and time.
It does. It does.
I'm not confident anymore about things I used to be able to do very well in the past and have stopped for over a half a decade because I used to play hockey.
Yes, Shane, let's hear the ice skating story.
I want to start playing hockey again. So I'm like, well, step one is I need to figure out if I can still skate. Tied my skate, went out on the ice, and it looked like I had never been on an ice rink before. I got about 5 feet away from the boards and almost ate it in front of everybody. Did a lap, did not have the ability to stop. Got off, tied my skates again because maybe they're loose. And every time I went out, I got better. It comes back quick, but I did not think I was going to have the learning curve of like, oh, I got to figure out how to stop again.
Right. And see, that's kind of where I am at because like I used to do bow and arrow, but summer camps and stuff like that, and I picked it up pretty quickly. It's the lighting a boat on fire as it is moving in water to where you actually can hit it in a good position to give a traditional Viking funeral. I don't.
Now, the only thing I don't know is like how easy is it like to hit and it light on fire, right? Like, is the
Right.
first arrow that's on fire hitting it going to light it? To me, that's the unknown. I've never done that part. Hitting a target, I feel pretty confident in that.
Oh, that's the thing. Like after 10 arrows, if it's a stationary target, I'm going to hit it. I'm going to get closer to the bullseye probably by like arrow 5. I think by like arrow 5, I could maybe not exactly hit a bullseye, but get close enough to where it's like, okay, I've got the feel for this. But a moving target, I don't know. Something about that, I feel like it's, and I say us, it's really more of like, it's a lost skill in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's not a common thing. Like, the whole Viking funeral thing happened when bow and arrows was like the weapon of choice. Like, that was your ranged weapon, so that's it. That's what you get. But for us, like, that's not the case. So it's a skill that is no longer valued for like a means of either a survival or a means of war or any kind of means other than recreation at this point. So it's just one of those things that I feel like that whole concept of the Viking funeral was very much like of its time and not really anything that really could play out to this day.
When you see it in the movies and stuff like that, I guess it's going to be lore accurate. They're using longbows and that arrow sails for a good 5 to 7 seconds. Don't think I'm doing that because they get those suckers like 100 yards out there when you see it in every piece of media, and then it lights first time. Now that's the lighting part is a material of what your fluid is for that, which I think was probably whale oil, if I had to guess, back in those days. And I have it on good authority that stuff lights and stays lit for a long time. It's effectively napalm for Northerners. But for the range, and like if you wanted a lore accurate Viking funeral with distance and weapon of choice, I don't think I could do it.
Yeah. See, that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think we as specifically us couldn't do it, or just we as people couldn't do it anymore.
I mean, some of us in the modern age can't draw a longbow. Those suckers had 120-pound draw weight.
Right.
Yeah, I would have to work up to a longbow for sure. I'm definitely not going to argue that.
Because I after Michael said, yeah, I could do it after 10, I'm like, that means that boat is 10 feet from you and you're shooting it. Not the longbow, like, let's send this guy off maneuver.
I'm telling you, I could probably hit it at 40, 50 feet. Like, I think I've got some decent range.
God, I really want to test this out now. I really want to make
let's put a pin in this until
I want to know how we can make it happen, though.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Let's put a pin in this until we potentially have like some land that we could do this on, and not in a neighborhood. And then we'll pace this shit out, and we'll have to find a bow. I don't think
we could talk to your neighbors and just be like, hey, we need the cul-de-sac. Like we're sciencing here.
I don't know, man. Doing a paintball in the backyard is one thing. Doing something that could potentially kill somebody if it goes wrong, I feel like is another. I think, maybe let me get out of a neighborhood and we'll figure it out.
Goes through a window and hit somebody's cat.
Right. Yeah. I don't need, I don't need to be brought up on charges of playing with a lethal weapon or something because we're in a neighborhood.
All right. I guess
the HOA would be all over.
$10 to each person's house is out of the question.
Where are you getting the $10?
His wallet?
Around.
This podcast is going to need to do a lot better and get a sponsor.
Hey, Purple, help us sponsor shooting a longbow in Michael's neighborhood.
In his neighbor?
Hood.
In his neighbor. Pause. Hood.
You did kind of draw that out, and it sounded like you were...
Wasn't intentional. All right, well, I don't got anything else. Do we put a bullet in this episode and bury it?
Yeah, I mean, I've got notes, but I can save them for the next one. Then I got nothing.
Do you want to go ahead and send it? We're here.
No, I'd rather keep this short so I can get it edited this week. We're behind. I need to let's get this over with.
Sure. I want you to be able to talk if you want.
No, I write my notes down. I can bring them up next time.
Yeah, save it for another episode.
I sit on notes every week. I've had notes sitting for 2-3 weeks now. It's
well,
fine.
what the hell?
They're evergreen. I just, if we need them, I'll bring them up. Conversation has flowed.
I'm the only one that just has like 30 notes that feels like we should just do. You know what? Talk about this later.
I have 8.
Thank you once again for listening to the Roundabout podcast, where we sometimes know what we're doing. But this is our first podcast since our Extra Life. We hit our goal. For those wondering who didn't catch it, we hit our goal. We are over $100,000 raised in 10 years of raising money for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Thank everyone who donated. Thank people who didn't donate and just watched. We had some really, really fun interactions with chat this year, which was very great. We had some new followers. We had a guy who played rematch with us at 3 a.m. and made us all look like children. That was great.
He embarrassed us.
Big Mike.
And was so nice doing it.
Yeah. He was smiling while punching us in the face repeatedly. It was astounding.
I was smiling while getting punched in the face repeatedly.
Yeah, it was like a weird Stockholm Syndrome thing. But go check it out if you haven't seen it. Apparently, I need to go back and check out our ice cream making thing, because apparently that was phenomenal. Me and Brittle did our damnedest to win. But yeah, check that out. Let us know what you think of that. Let us know if you have ideas for our Extra Life. We're going on year 11. We're kind of recycling things. So feel free to follow us at Michael.
I was wondering how long it was going to take. Yeah, follow us on X at RA_pro gaming. On Instagram at roundabout_pro. On Facebook, Roundabout Gaming. YouTube, Roundabout Gaming. For those of you watching or listening to the audio only version of this on Spotify, we do occasionally, and we probably will have a segment in this podcast where we show our screen. I record that and I put it in the YouTube version. So if you are ever curious about some of the things we're talking about, sometimes, the visual elements will end up on YouTube. So you may want to go give that a watch. We will have a little bit of that in this episode. I think that's everything. I mean, we are on Threads and Blue Sky. Just look for Roundabout Gaming, because I don't specifically remember the handles there. That's an automated thing. I don't log into those much. And yeah, like Austin said, we've had a great year for Extra Life. We're currently sitting, as of this recording, at $28,070, which is awesome. It's absolutely amazing. Well over our goal of $25,445. But it has me thinking, technically fundraising runs through December 31st. Could we hit $3,000? 30 grand, I should say. Could we hit 30 grand?
We did. We did that before we started.
Cut that. And 3, 2, 1. Could we hit 30 grand? Because that would be awesome if we could hit 30 grand in a single year.
That would be pretty cool. It's one of those things that it would be cool. I don't want to ask more from the people that have supported us for this year, because last year we did 17.7 and we did over 10,000. I mean, that is an insane increase. So very thankful for the people who have done it. If you wanted to push us over to 30, that would be cool. But I feel like that's setting us up for failure for next year. To where it's just like, I think we're gonna have to dial back our goal now.
Yeah, we are. And this year's goal was a special thing. It was year 10. It was trying to get to $100,000. Next year's goal will be lower. We don't expect to have these massive races every single year. But it did go to show, like, our community is awesome and raised a ton of money. And we are very thankful for each and every one of you and your willingness to donate to help us help kids. It's very important, and we are very, very thankful for our community. We talked last episode about toxic communities and different, toxic environments. This is the opposite of that. We have an incredible community, and I'm very thankful for everybody.
Absolutely. And Brittle, if they want to watch us stream, where would they do that?
You can find us on Twitch at Roundabout Gaming. Yeah, twitch.tv. No? All right. Well, see, this is
twitch.tv/Roundabout Pro.
See, this is why you don't
And
ask me for these
YouTube
things.
is Roundabout Gaming. Someday, Brittle. Someday. I'll make notes. Somebody else can do this.
I am not the host with the most.
This is why I pass it every time.
I am the host with the
I don't
least.
have any of this shit written down.
We're all hosts, Brittle. We're all
Shane,
hosts.
final thoughts.
I could shoot a bow and arrow and catch a boat on fire. And don't stay at the Red Roof Inn in Sugar Creek. And fans start at
2 very important lessons.
a high speed, not low, unless you have a remote.
Fans do, in fact, start at high speeds. Glad we got that there. I still want to do a study and just exclude Shane.
It's such a TLDR there at the end by Shane. It's great.
Yeah.
If you don't want to listen to the whole podcast, but you still want to know what we talked about, tune into the last 2 minutes where Shane explains it.
Yeah. Just listen to this part of the podcast first, and then don't go. Yeah, that's up to you. You figure it out.
I should cut that part out. I should cut Shane's part out and put it at the very beginning.
Oh God, are we
as
gonna do like a
on this episode?
on this episode we talk about these things?
Yeah.
Coming up on.
It's like a Top Gear style episode. On this episode, Austin talks about. I don't remember what you talked about.
Tonight, Shane sticks his hand in a fan. Brittle mumbles over his words.
And calls dwarves gnomes.
Calls dwarves gnomes. That's racist. Anyways, thank you all for being here, and we will see you next week.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.